So, Dak.
What's up, Biff? How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. How are you? I'm
doing great. Doing great, man.
I'm counting down here, so like there's like 20 seconds left on the clock, but I don't care. We'll just get started. We got wheels to spin. We got crypto to discuss.
Absolutely. And, we got crazy market action to discuss.
Haven't streamed in months. Like, we got Miami. I mean, people were all salty the last few days about prices being down, and it's like, man, I don't even have time to talk about that. But anyway, Be back in 20 seconds, man. 20 seconds.
Zoom out.
20 seconds.
Zoom
20
out.
seconds. 20 seconds. Here we go. Here we go.
You can find this mix like the other shows on my SoundCloud. Not SoundCloud. Bullshit. Mixcloud. As Mjugo, as usual. See you next time and stay safe.
Amazingly enough, everything seems to be kind of working. Just listen to a little ravepartyradio.org and talking with my boy Doc on the line here. We're gonna play a little hello. We're gonna play a little spin the wheel here, which is gonna be a lot of fun too.
Absolutely. It's always fun giving stuff away. If you guys aren't familiar, we at Goldman Staxx, we like to include our community in all the success that goes on in crypto. And we're having a lot of fun doing it over in the Telegram.
We've got some other things to talk about as well. Wax markets. We'll look at maybe a Bitcoin chart or two. If you I was thinking about what we could do interactive with you, but I really just want to kind of focus on the basics. Miami, my goodness. If you haven't heard about Miami, in a week and a half, I guess it's like 9 days away now. Miami is just going to be lit. I mean, it's not only the Bitcoin conference, right? We're doing the first annual shitcoin conference. We're lucky enough to be able to sponsor that event. I'll be there. Come say hello. I'll be volunteering. All kinds of people from all over the world coming in. Again, if you're not going to Bitcoin or you want to go check out another venue, this one's going to be $5 at the door. It's going to be a festival. I mean, go check out the one where
it sounds like Ken and crew whipped up a pretty sweet event for people, not just, people who are interested in learning about projects and this and that, but there'll be, arts, music, food. Seems like it's going to be a good time all around. Like you said, more of a festival centered around crypto.
And hey, Brian, thanks for joining, buddy. I'm glad the chat's actually working. I'm glad some of this is working. If you're joining on Periscope or, on Twitch, I got to be honest, we haven't streamed in a while, and we're kicking the dust off this thing even to get this call set up here real quick. But, in the future, obviously, we want to have a lot more presence online and do streaming a lot more stuff and be interactive. Even with some of the giveaways that we've been doing the last couple of days, it's a lot more fun when you're, using websites and getting people interactive with the different communities. There's just so much out there.
All the while teaching them how to do these things too. We forget a lot of times that, since we've been in it for so long now, and it's second nature for us to use crypto every day. But a lot of these people are new to the systems that we're using and new to the protocols on the different platforms. So, it's fun for us to be able to teach folks how to create a link on Wax so they can share an NFT of their own, or like we've done with other artists, and just doing collaborations and helping people get started and stuff like that. It's been a wild ride so far, man.
It's very really interesting that you said that, because I'm literally just scrolling through our website right now and like looking at even kind of like how that has come about, right, and how it's kind of manifested. And these were really just placeholders that we wanted to kind of get on the internet, right, so we could kind of build from this and have things, link things up. We still haven't really had a chance to build content and and do the things that we want to do with our website, because things have just been moving so fast. But it's a good thing. There's almost like shrines kind of left up here on the website now, but the motto is still the same, right? We're critical thinkers committed to providing practical solutions to digital age consumers, which is a lot of fast talk for basically just what kind of is actually happening in the entire industry right now, right? Because again, if you're into crypto and you hold some Bitcoin and you're just kind of doing your thing, and you jump on Twitter or here and there and you just kind of go with the flow, and that's great. And if you don't want to kind of get more involved or actually see what's going on some of these other projects, that's fine too. But the next level is what we kind of keep talking about, right? And that's when all of these tools start coming together, right? That's when the blockchain gaming, the NFTs, the sort of digital revolution that we're kind of experiencing right now with art, with video gaming, with blockchain gaming, with
music,
communities. Yes, music, right? Communities like ours popping up, like the Ken Bosaks, the amazing communities that are literally just popping up with people sharing things, ideas, digital art, supporting artists, right? Starving artists that just would not be able to make a living otherwise in this environment because of just kind of how things work with popularity and money and that sort of thing. All of a sudden those kind of people are just being enabled left and right. They can set up a digital business almost overnight and start earning money.
Status doesn't really have a place in a lot of these communities, which is kind of nice. I mean, obviously it's blockchain. We can all find out, if we make a transaction with someone, we can all find out what their wallet has, but it doesn't matter. It's the interaction that we have with each other. Like I said already, the learning experiences. I mean, I know I've learned just being part of the group leader, aspect of the group, and it's been awesome. It's been cool to be able to teach people too, and help save people from some of the mistakes we've made, clearing out some of the mess, some of the bullshit that goes along with crypto as well.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, that's why we kind of created this group, originally, that, has manifested into something amazing, right? But we all know that, groups of people have to have trusted individuals in them, and we have to build networks of trusted individuals, right? That doesn't just happen on its own, right? That's not an accident. You have to actually go out and do that. You actually have to go out and build that. And right now, it's kind of like privacy, right? People are kind of like, yeah, we kind of get it, but it's not really that important. I don't think people see the value in a trusted network, something that you truly trust, right? Banking is about trust. Money is about trust. Does anyone trust their banks? Questionable, right?
Right.
If you've been in crypto long enough,
I trust them for what I need them for.
Right. If you've been in crypto long enough, you probably got ripped off at some point, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just kind of inevitable, right? So, why not band with a couple of people that have already been down that road and maybe save yourself from getting your face ripped off, right?
Yep.
Or, come talk to us about markets, right? I'm on our markets page. I mean, we've only been, in the trenches for, together for the last 5 years. I mean, like, use our resources, right? Use our network. It's all out here for you guys. I mean,
we've seen these cycles play out over and over again. Especially, touching on that subject alone, the FUD that's going on this past week, 2 weeks with Elon Musk, trying to play puppet master with the markets and, trying to swell his ego more than it already is.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We'll go pull up a Bitcoin chart here, but these billionaires, they're not going anywhere. And I think you kind of mentioned that, they're not here to lose, and that was a good point. But it goes beyond that, right? Like,
but having said that, though, they also have a longer time frame than a lot of other people have.
Exactly. And they're playing the 10-year game where we really struggle with that, right?
Yep. Especially people, a lot of people get introduced to crypto because they hear about the gains. They hear about, oh my God, this coin went 1,000% in 2 weeks and blah, 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 blah. And, that's a lot of appeal. And that's a lot of what draws some people in, especially when I know, when I got in, I started watching crypto in the summer of 2017, before the bull run even really started back then. And I didn't buy. I just sat and watched. I had a buddy who was already mining some stuff, and he had been trying to get me into it for a while. And would shout out at CryptoGlass17 if you guys want to follow him.
One of the luckiest dudes on crypto Twitter, because that guy just wins all kinds of stuff.
He has been lucky this year with the giveaways, that's for sure. But yeah, it was one of those things. And back then I remember, it was all about, oh, this could be the next big thing for money. And then I started to see that bull run happen, and I watched my portfolio swell and swell, because by the time I finally did get in, it was still, I think it was still under 8K per Bitcoin when I got in the first time. And I actually, funny enough, Bitcoin was the first thing I bought, and then I bought a bunch of Tron, because I got in when Tron was on its first hype train. So yeah, so I did actually make good.
I'm not
money
pulling up a TRX chart unless you actually want me to.
But... No, I actually did make good money on Tron, though. Honestly, I sold almost the top of Tron, and for some reason just decided to move it into something else, and then lost it all riding the bear market into 2018.
I messed around with Tron, in that original run, and thought I was a genius, and like made a bunch of money in 2 weeks, and I actually did pretty well on that. That was like the beginning of the end too, because I definitely got my ass taken to me in the subsequent like few months after that. But so did everybody else. So again, the thing that everyone needs to learn about crypto. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this.
We were talking about it. Let's
just put this thing out. Let's just put this out there right now. I'm going back to the website, right?
Yeah.
Come back to our website.
Right.
Let's go back to Earth for a second. If you're into crypto, or if you've ever touched Bitcoin, you're early, right? You're early. I don't care what anyone says. You're early, right? Understand that like only a few, 50 million people maybe have touched Bitcoin. I mean, come on. You don't need to be in a hurry, guys. You don't need to trade with leverage. You don't need to trade with your hair on fire. You don't need to make, risky decisions. If you're going to trade short term, learn things like risk management, stack management, portfolio management, things that we can help you with. Don't just go in there with your hair on fire, and expecting to go against the world. If you are going to learn to trade, I mean, crypto is the most volatile stuff in the world right now, so there are opportunities to do all kinds of trading, but again, have a plan. Kind of, that's what I always say. Don't just go in there like you're going to hero it up, and
and another thing that
expect to defeat the
world. Another thing people are always saying and never explaining is never risk more than you can afford to lose.
Right.
Okay, so
stack management.
So there's a lot to that, though. And the reason people say that is because when you change your entry to a point where it's money that you don't need, you lose a psychological aspect to the trade. Automatically, you have a loss with that money to the point where it's not important whether you get it back now or 2 years from now. And it's important to be that way when you're investing, because investing is different than trying to save in your savings account. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And everyone kind of has their own thing, and
everyone has a different access point. It's like you said the other day, you buy $100 a week. I personally have a $25 buy setup, but my family runs differently than your family.
But I wasn't always like that, right? I didn't think like that when I first found kind of sort of that run of Bitcoin. I thought I was late. It was like scramble. Let's see how much I can trade, how hard I can trade, how much leverage I can use so that I can make as much Bitcoin as I can, as fast as I can, because I'm late to the party. And that, always is going to have a bad ending if you just keep pushing.
Up for failure.
Right, exactly. Right, and I actually have done very well in my trading career, and I've also lost my ass, but it is what it is, right?
you know how well I've done over the last couple of years. I mean, we've shared things back and forth, but I also approached that differently too. It was always just a small stack when I was leverage trading anyways. It was always just a small stack just to make a little bit of play money. So as far as my leverage trading career went, I don't think I ever risked more than $400 on a single position. So, I mean, I know guys that are dropping $10,000 stacks, 50x in it.
Sure.
And it's like, that just blows my mind, because to me, no matter how much money you have, there's no risk management in that. I play around with 50 and 100x with $3 or $4. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's instead of going and buying like a scratch off ticket or something.
That's literally pulling a slot machine.
It really is. It really is.
But
It's
you
like
understand
dropping-
that. So
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
also gambling with money that you can afford to lose, which is
Yep.
what we're kind of, preaching, right? If you want to get
Absolutely.
into the Staxx Club, and get into the Goldman Stacks kind of mentality, it's learning about all of the options, right? Like,
Yep.
we're not here to just do Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's great. We'll teach you about it. We love Bitcoin. We learned a lot about it. We don't know everything, but we have a network of people and they know a lot about it. And if we don't know the answer, we're going to try to find the right answer, and we're going to cut through the bullshit, right?
Yep.
We just don't have time for bad actors and scams and all the bullshit anymore, because that's the next logical step in evolution is for people to start working together and using these tools.
Yep.
Using these things, not being scared of them, not being scared of these dips, understanding how to manage risk properly,
Understanding how to position yourself properly, so when the dip happens, just like we were talking about before I got on the phone with you, I had cash tethered ready for whatever happened. And when it did happen, I was able to get into a position that went 100% in under 12 hours.
This is actually an interesting point in this Bitcoin chart too. So I'm looking at my chart, that I had the buy zone and then the oh shit zone set up. And of course my oh shit zone is, a perfect bottom at 29,000, but that's really just the first run up. So that was the first support that we had on the first run up in the early 21 run.
Which, by the way,
January.
the first iteration of that chart came out like what, 6 months ago? You brought that chart out?
Yeah, well, I'm good. What can I say? Pat myself on the back here. Oh, I don't have my.
But I'm just saying, these are
there
things.
we go. Pat myself on the back so everybody can see it. But
These are things that happen with cycles, and we knew that. And here's the other side of that. Had it not retraced at 64,000 and blown through and gone to 75K, we also would have known how to adjust our approach at that point.
exactly, and that's what I don't think people understand. So you get in with the LARPers and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, you drew that chart, blah blah blah, right? Well, it's like, listen, that's what you don't get. So if this thing had, this is like a perfect top on this 61. I mean, this is almost like this is like textbook Wyckoff. And then if this kind of sort of holds, and this ends up being another spring that maybe we're gonna go up and start retesting. I mean, this is like clinical looking. It's not bad looking price action at all, in my opinion. And these are big moves, right? Like each one of these daily candles is like billions of dollars on the bottom of these wicks that's getting bought up at that 30K level. These billionaires are protecting, that initial run up. Now, again, the point is,
I think a lot of people forget.
Did we know? Yeah, did we know this 50K was gonna break and bust down here? No, but.
Well, I had 43K.
Yeah.
I had 43K as local bottom. Honestly, I had no idea we were going to bust through to 30K.
The point is, we were ready for it either way.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, so
Exactly.
didn't matter either way.
At the same time, a lot of people don't realize, when they're going through it and they're witnessing the crash like that it is part of the cycle. You've got to understand, folks, that just over 12 months ago, we were at 183 billion total market cap for the entire crypto market. We hit 2.5 trillion last month.
It's funny to look at this monthly candle right now. I mean, it's this gnarly looking red monthly candle, but this just looks fake. It's like
even at 38K, we're still at 1.5 trillion market cap.
I mean, it's
So
pretty impressive.
It really is. I mean, honestly, if you want to look at it from a long-term perspective, it's impressive as hell.
Well, you
And
can look at, log charts too and like zoom out. And I mean, we're
yep,
not going to pull that up, but you start zooming out, that's what kind of everybody says, right? When in doubt, zoom out. So,
yeah. But that's the thing. I'm not even doubting it. It's just confirming it. You know what I mean? I think personally, from watching crypto go through the phases I saw it go through, and then learning about the phases that it went through before from people like Nixops and, some Doges. He's another great Bitcoin beggar. I don't know if you know him.
mm-hmm.
But he's been around for a long time. And some of these other guys like Famobi, they've been great as learning tools. I've been able to talk with some of them in chat rooms outside of Twitter, which, by the way, if you guys love CT and love crypto, you should try some other chat rooms. You get a lot more fulfillment off CT.
That's something Crypto Church is great. It is kind of lost its luster, right? Let's just be honest. And, there's still some great accounts and great people, and I'm very thankful for it. But, if you want to get out there, roll up your sleeves, get some crypto, play with it, understand what things are, right? Like, use Engine for your video games, man. There's awesome stuff on there, right? Wax, right? NFTs, games, right? Like the entertainment factor, the music, like
play to earn, man.
Yeah, play to earn.
Play to earn, man. Play to earn that shit, man.
You can play Axie Infinity. Now it is, it's a little expensive to kind of get started, but there's like scholarship programs. You can watch like a Twitch channel that's even hooked up in our Telegram. There's all kinds of shit going on.
They've migrated over to 0x Polygon now, haven't they?
Yeah, well, Ronin they're calling. I don't know. I think that's their own.
It uses another Polygon bridge, if I'm not mistaken.
It's all of these, big titles and blockchain games that are like Engine that touch level 1 Ethereum have all built their own second level systems. Yeah. And that's kind of like what Matic is, right? And we were talking about that today, like not really being a degen play. I don't really think it is. Again, if you want to bash shit coins or whatever because they get crushed when Bitcoin drops, well, okay, right? I mean, that's, it is what it is. It's Bitcoin dominance. It's pretty easy to watch charts and kind of see. But I mean, if you can pull up a Matic Bitcoin chart, like, Matic has clearly been one of the best performing tokens, like out of the entire crypto sphere.
Yeah, but the thing about that is too, though, is it's not even just price action wise. Like if you look at its statistics, what they're locking up in liquidity pools for DeFi, the number of transactions per day, they surpassed Ethereum in number of transactions per day. I want to say, Dilemma shared that with us. What was that? That was last week or the week before, I want to say. So it's been within the last 2 weeks. And they're just doing, I mean, dude, they're doing mad volume and they're doing it way cheaper.
Well, it was really easy to kind of see that being in Decentraland. So we're playing in Decentraland. I love Decentraland. Golden Staxx is all about play to earn. We love the metaverse. We're literally into everything. Go out to our game site, right? Go check it out. Look, I mean, there's Axie Infinity, right? Lost Relics, a little blurb about Criff Colley, Six Dragons is another cool engine game. Decentraland, just go jump in, log in. You can play it right on your browser, right? The problem was, right, it was all attached to level 1 Ethereum, and then all of a sudden to claim things in the game or to play around with things inside there, it started getting really expensive, right?
A week and a half ago, it would have cost you 1.1 Ethereum to claim something that costs 20 mana.
Right. And again, I'm not a hater. I'm not a basher. And, I use things that are realistic. But yeah,
it's unusable in its current state unless you're a whale.
It's unrealistic. Yeah, if you didn't have stacks of Ethereum already to be spending that kind of money to claim tokens even. And especially for new people, like it's very difficult to invite somebody that's new onto level 1 Ethereum, which is what we were talking to Dilemma about. Like, how do you even kind of introduce somebody safely?
Yeah.
Especially when things are this volatile. I suggested wax, and we got into an argument about that. But I actually, I think that actually has some merit, right? Like, it's easy access. You're not going to get your head chopped off. You can play some of these games with relatively low entry.
Everyone's already used to using the cloud.
Yeah, I can come on with it. You know what I mean?
Having said all that, I mean, if you look at it from a blockchain purist perspective,
oh, it's awful.
It's
but
awful.
Hey, who cares about that?
Well, but we've also talked about that too, and how crypto becoming mainstream means a lot of things, and it means that legacy chains are always going to be legacy chains, and they will always hold their value because of the security, because of the robust nature of the chain. You've got a robust mining network, and the decentralized nature that some of the top ones carry. Not all, we all know, but centralization is going to have to happen for mainstream to be a real thing. And we are going to need regulation to happen because, as you all know, businesses in this country have to have legal parameters to operate within. It's just how it works. So regulation will come. We just, our biggest hope is that they do it the proper way, which...
Well, we've already seen that, right? We've already seen... What's up, Toop? Toop Staxx in the house. Is it,
What up, Tup?
I like to say Staxxed up. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, regulation. So we kind of already watched that happen, right? With Engine, right? So it's actually a government regulated token. It's the first one of its kind. I still think people are sleeping on it. Don't know why. Still chasing all this other garbage. And I'm like, guys, what? Have you not seen these games? You can go play Lost Relics. It's great. It's a game you can play right now.
I think they were, if you ask me from a personal opinion standpoint, I think they were a little late to the game from as far as like adhering to the NFT space, because now they're offering it and it is a great platform to do it. And yes, I know they did it before, but once again, like you said, it was still touching layer one, so there was issues, you know what I mean?
Well, sure. I mean, everything got torched, or a lot of stress was put on everything that touched layer one. It just is what it is, and everyone had to make adjustments, and they've done. Cliff Colley's a great example. He's the creator of Lost Relics, and he's basically just a one-man show. Got a little blurb on a website. You want to go read about him? He's just a great person. 20 years of industry programming experience, 12 of those in the video game industry. He is a pioneer, right? He is the one of the guys that's literally just hammering this thing right now and moving onto JumpNet, moving his game forward, and it's not easy, right? And he's had to make changes on the fly. He's had to change his economy over and over and over again to make things work. He's made mistakes, right? But this is the kind of people that we want to empower, right? This is the kind of people we want to support. These are the kind of revolutionary people that are creating the foundation for blockchain gaming now. That's going to revolutionize everything. And the market share of money that is sitting out there in gaming that is just stale in these old, boring corporate titles is just waiting to be harvested. I mean,
Sony filed for their blockchain patent back in 2019, and Microsoft did theirs last year, I want to say.
Yeah, so, again, we were talking about Decentraland, sitting in there watching kind of that happen, and then all of a sudden the Decentraland Games casino popped in, and they were like, hey, we're going to pause our launch, and we're going to make our own token on Matic. And then you saw this casino open up, right? And then you saw what Matic can do, because then all of a sudden you're on layer 2. Everything flies. It's almost free. You're gambling with it, and then it's like, wait a second here. All you got to do is send that shit through a portal. This is not so bad, right? Now Atari's building arcades in there. I'm sure that'll, Matic will be kind of integrated into all of that. But again, there's no reason to use Bitcoin to send somebody 10 cents. It's using a sledgehammer to fucking pound a nail, right?
Yep.
There's no reason to touch L1 Ethereum to do a microtransaction, right?
Yep.
I'm sitting here looking at our website now. I'm looking at Nifty Wizards, right? So that's another Telegram game like that has just like, I mean, that's a phenomenon.
Blown up.
Right.
Yeah.
Phenomenon. Dust, Nifty Wizards, Wax, this whole Telegram game. It's like, it's kind of like almost underground because it only exists on Telegram and they don't really advertise. And they're developing it on the fly. I mean, just everybody involved with that, and Curdy and all of those guys. Those are just amazing people. Like, what an awesome community. We're really lucky to find that early on.
Now, is Curdy and the guys, are they going to be down there at Shitcoin?
Some of them are. I don't know that Curdy is. I think he was kind of making fun of taking an anti-convention stance, but he just doesn't know. You know, we'll show him how awesome Shitcoin's going to be, and then he'll come to the next one. I guarantee you.
There you go.
Well, I guarantee we're going to show him how awesome it's going to be. How about that?
Yeah. Whether he comes or not, that's up to him.
All right. That's a good kind of stopping point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I got a couple of the major points I wanted to get across. You know, like I said, mainly just that people understand. Like you brought up risk management. Like I brought up market cycles. You know, those are both big things that you got to learn to be able to assess and control, you know,
Right.
on your own. And it'll help you out with the psychology of being a part of an investment, especially, you know, we're still a maturing market. I mean, dude, anything that can see a 900% gain in under a year, you know, you're gonna expect some volatility to come along with that. So I think we're good though. This is the first pullback since we left 9K range for Bitcoin. I mean, you look, literally the last 2 weeks are the first two red candles since we left 9K.
Right.
So I don't know. 6 straight months of green candles. That tells me it was time for a little bit of cool down.
I'll pull up the charts again. Get this wheel spinning in here too. I like watching this wheel spin. So this is like this new. We forgot to talk about that too. So this is the wheel of names.
I hope we hit the G spot.
Yeah, I got the G spot. Actually, I just loaded the new one in there. I got to put it back in. Oh, this is so fun.
Oh man.
Oop,
If
that
that G spot hits, everybody's getting 10K Aether.
We got to put the G spot in there before we spin again. The wheel of names is actually what that's called, and you can hook that up to your Twitter account, which actually is, you know, when you're trying to do giveaways on Twitter, it's a huge pain in the ass. So you can actually link that one up and do giveaways and stuff automatically. I hate to like endorse that because, you know, I never tell people to log in with their Twitter accounts or any kind of Google accounts or anything like that,
Right.
of the safety factor. But man, that is cool. You know, at least like people are developing things that work, right? That fit needs, that, you know, solve problems, right? We created this group because we have problems to solve. We know that people need entries. People need to be able to network with other individuals that they can actually trust, that aren't there to scam them, to have soft entries, to actually see and touch things and experience and, you know, learn about people and groups of people and communities that are out there doing amazing things. Man, you know, I know I'm rambling now, but there's just so much out there that it's tough to, you know, it's tough to like frame up right now. It almost takes a group of people because I don't know everything.
It really does.
People are teaching me things every day. I'm learning about a new project, or somebody's showing me something, or I'm, you know, learning something that I haven't seen before. And
this is a way bigger boom than the ICO craze of 17 and 18. We're seeing real things being built and used, except for Cardano.
Except for, that's funny.
Dude, I swear to God, they come out with more news about what they're planning on doing than I think anybody since Justin Sun. I'm serious, dude. Someone needs to start memeing Charles Hoskinson doing some Justin Sun like announcements of announcements. Shit's getting ridiculous, that's for sure.
Watching pre-roll, can't listen to it like old times. Well, I'm glad you're back on there, Star. I hope you're feeling okay too, man. I'm trying to read some of the comments. Again, guys, you know, I apologize. We'll be a little bit more interactive with our stream chat, but we're just kind of going to get this thing up and running. All right, so I got the wheel going. We got the... Let me save this bad boy. We got the G back on there.
Oh, spit.
So we're gonna do a drawing, and we already have this closed list, but make sure you get in our Telegram. Just go jump on our website, jump in our Telegram, so that you can get into the next one. We're gonna do all kinds of giveaways like this. We love giving stuff away. It's fun, getting people a chance to grab NFTs and maybe touch some cryptocurrency or learn something that they wouldn't have normally. So much out there in Wax. We're using a lot of Wax right now in our Telegram community because it's very easy to use and it's frictionless and cheap, and there's lots of cool stuff to do with it. So it's a wonderful choice.
I've onboarded a lot of very, like, some people who had never touched crypto at all. Matter of fact, my wife had never bought her own crypto or done anything with crypto until I sent her some Wax and she went and bought some NFTs.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's one of those things where it's like, it's a learning tool as well.
All right, let's reload this thing. Oh yeah, let's get this wheel over here. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. So I used to use another wheel. This is spinthewheel.com if you want to go check that out. So are we ready to spin this thing? The wheel is now live on Twitch. We are live.
Hold on.
Hold
on just a second before you.
Okay, I'm waiting. I'm gonna play a little music here, and we'll see if I'm gonna say we are about to spin this MF and wheel. I'm gonna play a little music here.
All right, here we go. Sweet. I don't know, Brian. I don't think BTC is going to blow past 45. I think literally 45 to 46 is the top of this move, and then I think we're going to pull back down to 30K, buddy.
I like these marks. You know, 48, where we're at now, 40 is going to be a resistance. So this is going to be a good test here. And then, and then we'll just kind of see what's going on. But I have a feeling we're going to range out in this 40 zone for a while and, you know, eat some more lunches.
Yep. Yeah, because they're already squeezing out late shorts right now.
We'll see. You know, the daily, like the oscillators on the daily are all bottomed out. So there's going to be a lot of momentum for a push up. So.
Absolutely. Not to mention trying to regain some bullish sentiment in the market.
The weekly, you know, oscillators look awful, but, you know, I mean, it was a huge run up. I mean,
you
know, so the weekly like squeeze momentum indicator looks like it's, you know, ready to go down and dip and kind of start, you know, its ascend or, you know, decent and kind of see if it's going to level off. The higher time frames, though, you know, we knew looked awful. I mean, it is what it is. So now it's gonna have to reconsolidate here and figure out what we're doing next. If this ends up consolidating here, and you know, kind of we were talking about kind of looking for that spring bottom, which this almost looks like already, this formation here. Yeah, and then we start making new supports up, then I get more bullish, right? We haven't made a new support yet, so
no,
we haven't too excited yet.
We haven't even broken out of the descending wedge yet.
I hope that helps a little bit. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Okay, just spin the wheel, you fucker.
You'll catch on eventually, Brian. Yeah. We're gonna start doing these streams more often. You know, that way you guys can connect with us a little bit, so you can understand where we're coming from when we are talking like this. You know, there's a lot of things that happen, you know, from day to day in the market that we change our opinion even. So it's important for, you know, I've found anyways, from my growth in crypto and learning about trading, learning about market cycles and risk management and everything that goes along with trading, I found that it's very important to have, like Biff said, a group of people I know I can trust, that I can talk with, that I can, you know, consult with when I have an idea or a thought about market movement or this, that, or the other. You know, Goldman Staxx isn't the only group I belong to, you know, as far as private chat rooms. You know, I have a couple of other buddies that have a group called Wealth is of the Mind. And, you know, shout out to Teddy, shout out to Burger, shout out to Fun Face.
We didn't even talk about Liquid Live and that whole thing. I mean, we've just kind of begun that too. I mean, there's just so much in this network. It's just a huge, awesome group of people.
Yep. Not to mention our eventual venture into supporting crypto related marketplaces. I mean, you know, we've talked about having an entire section on the website dedicated to people who sell goods for crypto. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before we're working with partners in that avenue as well. But, you know, like I said, it's important for you guys to create networks, you know, and to utilize them to the advantages that they have. You know, that's how we've grown to almost 850 members here in our Telegram. So, you know, it's just about keeping things going, guys, and staying true to what you came here for, and that's to invest and to be smart about it.
Very, very wise words. Very wise words, sir. The spin the wheel promotion was for 10,000 ether. We just started, that's Our Planet Ether, if you're not familiar with that. So that's a wax derivative. Pull up Our Planet. That would actually be kind of a good sponsorship opportunity. So Our Planet is a game, right? It's a website. Go check it out. ourplanet.io. You can actually stake your wax NFTs on this platform. So you just log in, you know, with your wax wallet, and you actually earn ether for certain projects that are approved. You basically get a certain amount of ether per hour, and you can use that ether to create NFTs. You can build mining rigs. There's all kinds of different things on the roadmap. Just go check out, you know, their website. Hop on their Telegram group as well. That's actually just exploding. So this whole project has exploded. Ken Bosak has been kind of a big part of that as well. Staking is kind of like the, you know, the next evolution, if you want to call it, or at least something else to do with NFTs that aren't utility based, like, you know, for games or that have different things. So staking them on Our Planet gave you kind of something else to do with them, right? Besides just trade them or, you know, hold them in collections or, you know, look at them, right? You can actually earn some coin, right? In our planet, you can ether can be traded for wax. So if you guys aren't familiar, you know, or that aren't that familiar with wax or the derivatives, the all-core exchange is kind of the wax mainnet exchange. I don't know if there's other ones or not. I really honestly haven't used anything other than this, but you can see I'm looking at dust right now, so it's a, you know, a wax derivative. You can go out there and trade it. Ether is on here as well, so there's a, you know, wax chart for ether. Let's go look at it daily. It's like it's kind of trending upwards. It's not a bad looking chart actually. So, well, I don't know. That bottom's pretty close to zero on the scale, but the volume looks good and we're turning upward. So I'm going with that. But remember, all of these tokens, you know, wax itself, I mean, this is a platform that a lot of people are using that have some pretty remarkable things on it, and some names like Topps Digital and baseball cards and MLB with only a market cap of what, like 250 million right now or something. So all of these tokens that are derivatives of wax are extremely small, you know, market cap with, I mean, all kinds of possibilities, right? Opportunities. The last
let
one.
Let me interject there.
Yeah.
One of the things we were talking about recently in one of my other chat groups was Wax's tokenomics and the way it's all set up. And honestly, in the current state, the way it's set up, in my opinion, the token isn't set to rise very high very fast. If you look at the cycles on Wax and the way that the token pumps and then pulls back, a lot of the token sale movement happens right before a major drop, and the major drops are usually credit card only. So the Wax is being purchased for the secondary market for the people who don't get in on the credit card purchases. And then once that's done, the people who bought with credit cards are selling at a higher rate for Wax than what
they're
they
definitely
paid.
getting a premium, because I've done very well on that.
So have I.
Right.
But my point being is, once I got to a certain point, I wanted my money back from my credit card purchase.
Sure.
So I cashed out, and I know a lot of other people are doing the same thing. So as far as the tokenomics go, until they stop doing credit card drops for every major drop, I don't think you're going to see that tokenomic change. I think Wax will range between, 25 cents and $1 for, until the end of time, until they decide to start doing for Wax drops rather than cash drops.
Well, I guess the tokenomic part of the actual one Wax or one CPU in each new wallet will actually create a deflationary kind of situation, but I don't know how much effect that's going to have actual on the token price. I think what's remarkable to me though is, like you just said though, a Topps Digital is not really using Wax tokens, right? So then this market cap's not going to go up to trillions of dollars because they're not holding trillions of tokens.
Topps doesn't want
They're
Wax.
literally just cashing out to US dollars.
Yep.
Which is what this Wax platform is kind of being used for right now. Ken Bosak would kind of say like he's not a big fan of fiat sales for that reason, right? He wants people to use Wax. He wants people to use the token. He wants these corporate conglomerates to start using that instead of USD. Now, that's a fair argument, and we can talk more about that maybe in another show. But it's interesting. So my whole thing with Wax is like, is it easy to use? Yes. Are all these tokens? Yes. Did like Alien Worlds blow up? That's another token, TLM, that ended up on Binance and blew up, right? Went up almost to $1, which was insane, right? And then that happened almost in a few weeks. So yes, it can happen. you know,
Well,
people were
I mean,
asking
you gotta-
me, do I think, you know, wax is going to $1? And I said that even when it was exploding and hit almost 30 cents, I said, let's get over 25 cents and hold there
Yeah.
first. And you can ask
Yeah.
anyone,
Yep.
and we didn't, right? So it is what it is, right? You just have to
Yep.
set realistic expectations. Like,
At the same time, you've also still got to consider Topps is really the only major market name that's on it still. So
well, it's just a lot of nostalgia stuff still too.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you know, that's not necessarily true. I mean,
well,
look
Garbage Pail
at
Kids is there.
like, yeah, well, I mean, Ken Bosack is just, you know, he's got his
Yeah, but
whole
Ken
community
Bosack-
thing,
but
but
that's
like,
crypto related. I'm talking about major markets.
oh
right
yeah, like, or more like household, I guess.
now. Yeah, household name, something like
well,
like
Konami.
Garbage Pail,
I mean, that was actually, you know,
Street Fighter. Yep,
Capcom.
you're right.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
Capcom.
Yep, Street Fighter was a household name as well.
But
It
again,
was
that's a nostalgia
mainstream-
thing, more kind of like, I mean, I don't know if kids are really playing Street Fighter today, and maybe some.
Right.
I'm an old man, so maybe somebody else chimes in on that. But I don't know. You know, Garbage Pail Kids definitely was, you know, what brought a lot of us to wax kind of originally. Like, it was like, hey, that's really awesome. I want some of those.
Yep.
Right.
Then we started exploring BTCO, and
It's a
you know,
lot of it
moving-
seems to be more catered towards the 80 and 90s crowds. I mean, Robotech is an 1985, you know, release.
yep.
Atari, right? That's on there.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know. You know, well, again, we'll talk more about that. But again, I love wax.
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
whole
the
nother set.
communities. I love the easy, you know, it's easy to use. We can use it in the coin kit. We can tip with it. We can make it rain. We can, you know, have fun with nifty wizards. There's just a lot of good things to say about it. And you can go have fun with your NFTs and buy whatever you want. It's really easy to make NFTs on Atomic Hub. So if you're looking to go, you know, get away from Ethereum and go mint some artwork, there's no easier mint right now than Atomic Hub. It's still, you know, kind of complicated, but it's very easy to do and very cheap.
Yeah.
Right now, I think one of the easiest mints is actually using one of these Ethereum, you know, like websites like Arari, or, you know, one of these other ones that makes it very easy to kind of mint things on blockchains or Ethereum. But man, you know,
but even-
the JumpNet
even
Affinity and this wax, especially
Even
the
those,
Atomic
if you're,
Hub,
if you're new to crypto, though, you still have to use a wallet bridge on Rari and
Right.
OpenSea and stuff like that.
Right.
And not a lot of people understand that. You know what I mean?
right?
Wax is by far the easiest way, dude. They almost coach you through the entire process.
It's definitely easy if you just want to make your first NFT. I mean, you literally go in, it's a couple of lines, you know, throw a photo in there and mint it, right?
Yep.
I mean, and bam, you just minted your first thing on the blockchain. It's immutable. It'll be there forever. And then once you kind of see it, you're like, oh, like,
And let me
even if
just
you
tell
burn it, even if you burn it, it's still there.
There is something to be said about that too, because I'm telling you, dude, I remember the first one I minted and the feeling it gives you to have that immutability. And I'm not talking about like a power trip thing. I'm just talking about like being a part of this revolution we're all trying to be involved in. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir, I do. Alien Worlds is, I mean, huge. Oh man, you know, there's Uplift World too. There's just all kinds of projects on Wax that are just amazing. Hodl God,
remember-
Bitcoin Origins, obviously, Crypto Writer. That's actually, I need to reach out to them because they're just writing some amazing stuff and doing some really cool things with NFTs on their website.
Do you remember when we started on Atomic Hub and there were 8
Yeah, there was
names
8
on that
Well, I'm
list?
kicking myself now too because I would have liked to establish more of a collection for us, but we didn't. You know, we had so much more fun just kind of enabling everything else. Now I
Yeah.
actually have some. You know, we have some stuff that I'd like to get minted, but it's more
We
about
need
like
to
what do
start
we want to do
minting.
with it, you know, and kind of have a purpose for it.
Yeah. We need to get some promos minted anyway.
Well, we're definitely going to do that this week. At least get something minted.
Yep.
But anyway, go check that stuff out for sure.
All right, let's do this drawing.
Yeah, let's get this wheel. So
10
we
o'clock
set this
right
up.
now.
Yep, 10 o'clock. It's a good time to do it. We set this wheel up. These wallets were all grabbed out of our Telegram group. Either they got dust prizes or ether prizes. So we said, you know what? We're going to throw everybody into the wheel here and we're going to spin this thing for 10,000 ether. I'm not doing the translation on it. Let's just say that, you know, we're going to be very excited about giving this away. Now, we did add something really cool to this wheel because it's a nice chunk. It's a nice chunk. The G spot is on the wheel. This is our first wheel spin with a G spot. I'm showing it on the screen right now. And if we hit the G spot, everybody on the wheel is going to get 10,000 ether. So
yeah, let me just tell you, if the G spot gets hit, everybody wins.
Everybody wins it's just too easy, right? It's really not that easy, but okay. Yeah. You know, we'll just leave the corny jokes aside. I've got 25 entries in here. One of them is the G spot. So it's like 24 entries. So, you know, hey, if we pay out 24 people, that's, you know, 240,000 ether, and we'll ship it. We are not scared.
You've got a 1 in 12 chance of winning 10,000 ether.
Try to stop us. So let's spin this wheel. We'll grab the wallet, then we'll go look in Telegram, see who it is, and make somebody 10,000 ether richer. So here we go.
Oh, snap.
It's a quick one. Good news is we've got a winner. I've got the address on my screen. I'm going to go find it in Telegram.
Woohoo.
And see who
Congratulations.
it is. We did not hit the G spot this time. Wah, wah, wah. If I was on my game, I would have my soundboard ready to go. Oh, looks like that's Abby's. Oh man, that lucky dude. Wow. That sure is. I'm Abby. Congratulations, I'm Abby. Man, dude.
Congratulations, Abby.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hilarious. Dude's like the #1 dust miner in the whole community.
Well, I love him too. He gets a lot of flack for that too.
He's very active in the community, though. He's very helpful.
No, he's been, kind of one of our supporters since the very get-go.
Yep.
He's very, very active in all the communities and participation. So, if somebody's going to win like that, I'm always happy.
Yep,
I'm
absolutely.
happy to reward people like that. So we will get that going right now. Might as well do it on stream so everybody can kind of see how that works. So I got his wallet address right here. That's our boy Abby. And I'm going to announce that in Telegram here in a minute. But let's get him his 10,000 ether so you can see how this works. Going over to my Wax wallet, right? So this is my dashboard. I got my NFTs over here. So this is going to Wax like cloud wallet I'm looking at here on my desktop. You can obviously do this on a mobile. It looks a little bit different, but there's just a send here. So you can send any currency out of your wallet. These are all the dApps. You can look kind of like your NFTs. There's two sections. One's simple assets, one's atomic assets. The dashboard, it just kind of shows, the generics of your tokens in one quick, easy to manage dashboard. So you can see this is this is our vault wallet. Actually, it has 900 wax in there, 2.7 million ether. It's got some alien worlds trillium, some dust. Shows a few other things in there. So if I want to send some tokens, I can just quickly go over here. Got my choices of the tokens in my wallet. So I'll grab ether. We'll go ahead and ship 10,000 tokens. Bang. Over to our boy Abby and say congratulations. We called this the Emergency Staxx Relief Fund.
Love it.
And I was asking about ether, what are you guys into? Are you using it to build with? Are you using it to kind of trade for wax? Are you using the NFTs? Are you trying to build stuff? The Our Planet, and here's my transactions. So you saw how fast that went through, guys. It's almost instantly bang. You know, I've got my transaction slip here on the blockchain. This is Waxbox.io, so you can go see all the transactions, and you can log in with your wallet and look at all the transactions in your account. Again, congrats, Abby. I'm gonna go blow up our Telegram right now. That's so awesome. Super happy. Go check out Shitcoin Miami. Go look at our website. If you can't join us in Miami, right, remember also that the event is going to be streamed. So there's a VR event. Go click on this alt account VR. Shitcoin 21, June 3rd, 4th, Miami, Florida. Here, boom. You know, you can watch this thing from anywhere in the world. You just need to log on to Altspace VR, click on the events, bam. You know, download this thing, sign in, make yourself an account. You can watch this thing. It's gonna be great. I mean, there's gonna be music. We got comedy acts. We got speakers from everywhere. We've got, you know, look at these sponsors. I mean, the speakers are on and on and on. I mean, we got people from everywhere. So, you know, it's not just Bitcoin. I mean, it's going to be a blast, right? I mean, we got DJs. Illmind's going to be there making beats. If you've never heard of him, he's like producer extraordinary. I mean, look at this. Look, produced with artists Kanye West, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, Jay-Z. I mean, the list just goes on here, and it keeps getting more and more impressive. We're so lucky to be involved with this and making history. Super excited, man. Just, you know,
Yeah, that is awesome.
pumped up about this whole thing.
Very cool to be a part of.
Congrats again to Abby. We'll go blow up our Telegram room now and celebrate that and get that out on Twitter too. We also have another promo going that we're gonna lock up tomorrow. So if you just go out and comment your Wax wallet on the website on that Shitcoin Miami 2021 post, we have a pack of Robotech cards that we're gonna give away. So maybe we'll spin the wheel on that one too. Who knows?
Oh shit! Another chance at the spot.
Yeah. I'm throwing up the ending soon here. Again, thanks for joining us very much. We'll try to get some more of these streams going with a little bit more structure too, because we know we need to do this, Doc. You know, we need to, get out here
We've
more.
been talking about it for a while.
Yep. Again, thank you. Thank you. Brian's like, did that thing even spin the whole way around? I was like, nah, it was kind of a sketchy spin, wasn't it?
That was like the 90-year-old
It was
lady
a
on
slow
Price is
spin.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we'll tweak that. We'll work on that development on that spin a little bit. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. And
yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Take care. We'll pump up the music here and catch you next time.
Yes.